I just wanted to speak about Djent for a moment. So all these bands within this, style and everything, they all have their own sound. Well, I'm not saying all. There are definitely some that seem to mimic other popular artists and everything. But like Meshuggah, Textures, After the Burial, Veil of Maya, Periphery, Tesseract, Monuments, Animals as Leaders, all sorts of bands, like, they have their own spin on it and everything. Meshuggah is, so sort of widely regarded as what began this very specific sound and everything. But I guess, again, it's not that specific because there are so many ways to do it. Like, I love the, I noticed that too with Tesseract. I love, like, the slappy, like, that sort of thing. But I noticed on the new album, there's a lot of ambient stuff and everything, but there's not as much of the, like, the octave, the pitch shift guitar where it would be like, bow, bow, bow. It would have, like, the low and high playing together, like one guitar doing one thing, and they have the octave on it, the high octave or whatever, to where it makes that metallic sound and everything. But I really like the new album. I really like all these bands. Meshuggah is very specific with the, it's just like heavy as fuck, like that sort of shit. You can, like, figure it out yourself. It's just, once you listen to all this stuff, I feel like you just notice that it really doesn't all sound the same. There are a lot of bands that sound like Periphery, different things, Meshuggah, everything. I'm surprised Textures, they're disbanded, but I'm surprised they don't have more fans and everything. They were like early 2000s and sort of like one of the early ones to do Meshuggah style stuff, but with some clean vocals and some ambient parts and everything. They're good. They've had multiple vocalists, but, like, I'm not as familiar with all their stuff, but what I've heard, there have been some really good songs and everything. I've listened to some of their albums. And then early Sumerian days, Veil of Maya and After the Burial, those are two very different bands too. Again, they're within that same style, but you can hear different styles there too between each of them and everything. Who else did I talk about? Animals as Leaders, obviously very intricate, and they have changed their styles over the years. They started off with Misha of Periphery doing the program drums, and they got Naveen Koperweiss, then Matt Garstka. Their newer one, I'll probably make a separate post with that. Some of those songs, I feel like it's a different sort of sound, but to me it's heavier than, like, death metal and black metal and stuff. It's like hard, just that impact of, like, holy shit, it makes you just want to, like Gordian Knot, some of those parts are just the heaviest, and they have that fucking tone down to where it sounds like metallic clanging. It sounds so fucking good. Those fucking, I know that Toastin performed on the EMG show and everything, but, like, more recently, other stuff, just I think the passive pickups that I don't know much about, but, like, the way these crazy pickups that get these sounds that just sound so crystal clear and, like, have that bow. So, bow. Man, yeah, so many of these bands are so different, and I love this stuff. I listen to it all the fucking time. I'm even finding myself, straying away from, I'm trying to do more other styles of classic prog rock, black metal, folk metal, and stuff for fall time. But I'm still finding myself I want to listen to these two prog metal playlists that I've made. And when I'm at home, usually when I'm scrolling through stuff at home, when I go through my retro gaming Instagram pages and stuff, I have two different Instagrams. I have one for a whole bunch of types of stuff and friends that I know, and then I have one where it's all stuff that's mostly like gaming or, you know, animal rights, different things. But yeah, I really like these styles. I just thought it was cool to point out and just notice, really, even between people that were in the same band and then went on to separate in different bands. Like there was Fell Silent, I think. That was John Brown from Monuments and Akil Khani, I don't know if that's how you say it, from Tesseract, and they played together. You can hear they're both very good at that sort of like I can't explain it, but they're still very different. Like Tesseract and Monuments are still, you can hear, even without the vocals, if you heard an instrumental, you'd be like, know which one is which. But they did, like, they early on, they still used that, the octaves, those harmonies on the guitar, that style and everything. I did notice that. But certain things, it's awesome just to hear. Anyway, love, I hope you have pleasant times. Djent. It gents.